The Lake County Board of Commissioners. Would all those who are willing and able please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Grant us, O Lord, light to our understanding, prudence in our investigating, foresight in our planning, sincerity in our deliberating, the grace to follow truth in our judgment. Help us to be moved in our decision either by fear or by self-interest, and to do our work faithfully. May we respect the authority vested in us, for thou art the source of all authority. And may we use our directives for the common good, and for thy honor and glory. Amen. Amen. Thank you all. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Here.
Commissioner Tyler.
Here.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Here. Okay, we have before us the meeting minutes of the regular meetings of November 29, 2022, December 1, 2022, and December 6, 2022. Do I have a motion to approve same, waiving the reading thereof?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes. Now, moving on to the first public comment portion. Do we have anyone wishing to address the board at this time? Anyone in the audience? Okay, no takers. Thank you. Madam Clerk, first agenda item, please.
In the Utilities Department, resolution approving change order number 1 with Neroni & Sons Incorporated for Adams Court Industrial Park and Melridge Pump Station Improvement Project number 415S, decreasing the total contract amount by $91,622.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes. Just a moment. So, Patrick, were you back there waving to get my attention? I just flat out did not see you. Okay, we're going to do a little while the program is already in progress. Patrick Mahorsic of our Port Authority, now our Economic Development Authority. You're coming with good news, and I didn't even see you back there.
It's okay, Commissioner.
It's the Lake Development Authority.
Got it. Well, there's still technically a port, though. They got all that port law stuff going. So. And I don't mean the wine.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. I was asked to give a quick update on the North Park Sediment Recycling Facility. That is the dredge facility we worked on this year with the Ohio EPA, Governor Mike DeWine's office, and the Commissioner's office. We have constructed the facility. We actually accepted dredge material this year between end of September and early October. I'm happy to report construction has been grossly under budget. And we received our first portion of the tipping fees. That's to cover our administrative fees for helping manage the facility. That was a total of $63,000 this year. As a reminder, these were Ohio EPA funds through the state allocation of ARPA funds, so no county dollars were used in this project. Conservative estimates show over the life of the facility, which is about 20 years on the low end, it'd be about a $1.2 million revenue stream to the county. Happy to answer any questions, comments, or concerns on the dredge facility.
I think a brief history, which is what brought the discussion of having you come.
Sure.
So, well, let's see, we had the EPA saying to the Army Corps of Engineers, no, you can't do open lake dumping.
Correct.
But there were no facilities to take
Correct.
materials to. So I believe it was last year, Army Corps said, fine, we're not doing any dredging.
Absolutely.
We had 3 vessels.
Yes, we had three vessels get stuck in the Grand River, in the actual Fairport Harbor in the Grand River.
And notice was pending that had this not started to be dredged, we were going to be having to either put lighter loads, which would be a problem in and of itself, or captains were not going to be coming to us.
Correct. Correct.
And I'm going to say I'm honored that I have a very good board and an amazing staff. The Board of Commissioners stepped up. We were going to fully fund this, and we worked with our legislators. If I remember the history of this, there was a fund that had no money in it.
Correct.
They're only in government could there be a fund.
It was an unfunded mandate by the state of Ohio, correct.
And as we brought it to the attention of our legislators, they too stepped up. And there was some discussion about a 70-30 split, which, hey, that seemed like a pretty good deal for Lake County. So when things got funding put back into it. The other three
or four ports.
Yeah, they all got 100% funding. We got 70-30. Of course, we cried foul and said, wait a minute, we're the ones that brought it to your attention. They brought us up to 100%.
Correct.
So the takeaway from this is never give up, always keep trying.
Correct.
You and your team did a fantastic job. You have great partners working with this board. And okay, I'm going to look to my colleagues. So the Economic Development Authority here, of course the new guys got this down here. So you are our Economic Development Division for the County Commissioners. So for that we say thank you. And you
Thank you.
Done a fantastic job getting
And
that.
I'd be remiss to say that the commissioners are very helpful on this project, along with Administrator Boyd and Director Anderson from our office, who are also very instrumental in this and could not be done without their help as well. So, thank you.
And I'll just add a little humor to it. And you guys truly are so humble. I didn't even see you in the back trying to get my attention.
That's
So
it.
you do need to toot your own horn more
Thank
often
you.
because that story of unfunded mandate to fully funded, that's almost unheard of in government.
Thank you.
So that does not happen by accident.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. Okay, Madam Clerk, now back to our agenda already in progress.
Yes, resolution number 2, approving plans, specifications, and estimates of cost in the amount of $89,098.19 for 33525 Curtis Boulevard, BR Land Waterline Extension, job number 22-51 in the city of Eastlake.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion. Randy, anything you want to add to that?
No, this is a public water line that's being privately relocated so they can put a parking lot in, essentially.
Gotcha. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution certifying unpaid water and sewer sums and administrative charges to the Lake County Auditor.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion. None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
And Job and Family Services Department, resolution approving Lake County Department of Job and Family Services vouchers, date of warrant December 23rd, 2022, in the amount of $679,156.10.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion. None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
In the Commissioner's Office, resolution certifying to the Lake County Auditor the 2023 drainage charges for the Lake County Regional Sewer, Water, and Drainage District.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion. None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution removing drainage charges of the Lake County Sewer, Water, and Drainage District.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion. Do we want to mention that we're talking about $49 here? Just in case anybody asks. Okay, it's $49.
Yeah.
There we go. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution authorizing execution of a memorandum of understanding between the Lake County Board of Commissioners on behalf of the Lake County Stormwater Management Division in the City of Willoughby for the financing of the Meadowlands Basin Stormwater Sewer Improvement Project within the Corporation Creek watershed.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion. Not being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution approving the release of retainage in the amount of $6,987.59 with Davis Diggers Incorporated and accepting a 1-year maintenance bond in the amount of $17,544.93 for the Paradise Road Drainage Improvement Project for the Lake County Stormwater Management Department.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion. None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution reappointing Chiefs John Geelink of the City of Mentor on the Lake Police Department and Matthew A. Byers of the Madison Township Police Department to the Lake County Narcotics Agency Executive Board for 3-year terms commencing January 1st, 2023 and expiring December 31st, 2025.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, Mr. President, I did attend the last narcotics board meeting. Both chiefs are very interested in getting the reappointment, and Chief Hanks supported that, and I support this resolution as well.
Indeed, well said. They're both fine individuals and true public servants. If there's nothing further, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution authorizing execution of an agreement between the Lake County Board of Commissioners and the City of Willoughby for funds received from the U.S. Department of Treasury under the Coronavirus State and Local Fiscal Recovery Funds known as the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion? Jason, I believe you have something to add?
Yes, Commissioners, thank you. Good morning. This is I think our 10th ARPA project. This is a really exciting project in the city of Willoughby, and I'll defer to Mayor Fiala on some of the details. But in short, this is a kind of a water quality, stormwater management project with multiple nonprofit agencies and partners, the city of Willoughby, and is a part of an overall objective that I know that the city has had for a number of years is riverfront connectivity throughout the city of Willoughby, near Todd Field and downtown Willoughby. But this particular project is ARPA eligible in the fact of there are some eligibilities in the EPA's Clean Water State Revolving Loan Program, which was honestly one of the easier projects to review because there was already an existing set of documents that myself could review, as well as Amanda Gordon. So this one clearly fits within the stormwater management and water quality bucket of ARPA. As with past projects, this was reviewed internally by myself, supported by a narrative supplied by the City of Willoughby. That document was consolidated and forwarded to outside legal counsel at McDonald Hopkins, who put a concurrence letter on top. So this project, from our perspective, is ready to go, and the resolution in front of you today will allow the President of the Board and the Mayor of Willoughby, the City of Willoughby, to enter into a subrecipient agreement. And I believe the project will move forward sometime next year. So I'll defer to the Mayor on other details.
Indeed. Sir, did you want? Thank you. Thank you for joining us today, sir.
Thank you, Commissioners. First, on behalf of the City of Willoughby, I'd like to thank you for considering this. This is an important project, and as Jason mentioned, it has to do primarily with water quality, and I think we can all attest to the value of keeping our freshwater sources clean. The project has a kind of a sidebar benefit in that we're also going to be using the property as an educational platform. We're already discussing teaching programs sponsored by both Andrews Osborne Academy and Lakeland Community College to actually use this not only for water quality, purposes, but for an educational tool as well. Commissioner Hammercheck, I want to thank you for having our initial conversations and asking the tough questions. Commissioner Tyler, I want to thank you for walking out in the woods with myself and Jason Boyd with weeds up to our neck so we could physically take a look at this property. And Commissioner Regovich, I want to thank you. You've been a long-standing supporter of both the Chagrin River and the lakefront, and a great representative of Western Lake County. So on behalf of the City of Willoughby, thank all of you for this. It means a lot to us.
And Mayor, thank you for the invitation to walk the project. To do that, you really get a great perspective how good this project is. And for the record, the Mayor and I let Jason and Tom Thielman walk ahead of us because it was pretty tall walking through there. But it's a great project, yeah. Mayor, and I wish you success.
Thank you. You couldn't see Mark and I. We just had to follow Jason and Tom because they're much. So thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. There's nothing further. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich,
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler,
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution authorizing execution of an agreement between the Lake County Board of Commissioners and Lake Metro Parks for funds received from the U.S. Department of Treasury under the Coronavirus State and Local Fiscal Recovery Funds known as the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 for the Lake Metro Parks Lakefront Trail Project.
Move to approve. Second.
Discussion. Jason.
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. Once again, this is a really exciting project. that I think we can all appreciate and understand the value of how long everyone has worked, including the Lake Metro Parks, Fairport Harbor, Painesville Township, the county, on activating our lakefront throughout the county. The resolution in front of you today is ARPA eligible under recreation and the economic impacts that recreation brings to communities. It kind of tags along with what Mr. Mahorsic was talking about earlier today with the dredge project. This is in the same area, this lakefront trail that the Lake Metro Parks over time will be constructing from Painesville Township Park, which is the northern terminus of Hardy Road in Painesville Township, and ultimately with the ultimate goal of reaching Fairport Harbor, the lakefront park there that is managed by the Metro Parks, owned by the village of Fairport. This will be more than likely the longest lakefront park in the state of Ohio, without a doubt. And we've not been able to verify that, at least I have not, about on the Great Lakes. Literally on the lake, this trail, you will be able to toss a stone in Lake Erie from this trail. Obviously, most everyone has been to a Metro Park and know the quality of work that Paul and his team put together. But the project today will be on the the eastern part of this plan, just to the east of Painesville Township Park, where the Metro Parks put in a pier a few years ago and have seen a dramatic increase in the number of visitors to that facility, which only substantiates and validates the attraction of the lake, not to swim, not to dive, but to be by the lake and to look at the lake. So we have, and I don't know, Paul, 50 to 70,000 people visiting that pier conservatively, just on the pier. And at the Fairport Harbor Beach Park, 300,000. So on the bookends of this 2.5 mile stretch of lakefront, we have conservatively 400,000 people visiting the lake, and that doesn't include Headland State Park Beach, which is right across the river, which according to some of the data can get over 1 million folks in a season. As everyone knows, the season here is Memorial Day to Labor Day. So this amenity and our participation with the Metro Parks to connect two assets, I think, is catalytic, and I don't use that word very often, but to be able to provide over the long term with the leadership of the parks, the county, the LDA, and their role in getting the dredge facility. It's been an interesting year, a lot of hard work, and I'm happy to support this project and bring it to the commissioner's attention, and appreciate your willingness to invest some ARPA dollars here. And secondly, we're going to be working with LDA on a separate set of funding to supplement these dollars over the next 30 days or two to help increase the linear amount of feet that the Metro Parks can continue to work on. So, thank you.
Dave, gentlemen?
I would just like to, from the time I became mayor, one of the things we focused on was lakefront, waterfront, and our fresh water. That's the biggest asset this county has, and we need to protect that. We need to do what we can to bring people here, and we see that it works. It's good to see that we have these projects that are separate, but they're also the same. Mm-hmm. So we're taking advantage of any, if it's riverfront, lakefront, and every community is doing that. And we see Nowak is starting to do that too. They're planning regionally. So they're not only Lake County, Cuyahoga County, Lorain County, they're taking their planning dollars and making sure we have access to that, because quite frankly, Ohio's done a poor job of it for a long time. Mm-hmm. I know growing up, the only place that you can go was Headland State Park. And now you go to Fairport Beach. Mm-hmm. I mean, what a gem that is.
Right.
I mean, the facilities are great, and we need to continue to do that to have our overall goal mm-hmm. to bring people here to live here and play here and work here. So
yeah, and I think it's important to note from a planning perspective, the Metro Parks know what they're doing. Their switchback on their trail at Painesville Township Park, there were some significant grading issues. Their switchback pretty much terminates at the property line where we are going, where the Metro Parks will begin that trail connectivity. So the vision has always been there of extending that asset to the west to connect to. So I've been working on this lakefront plan with the Metro Parks and the communities and mayors for the better part of 20 years, and this could be a game changer. So I'm excited about this project.
Yeah, I am as well. Mr. Pelagi, thanks for the invitation to tour this proposed project. Paul and I have worked together throughout the years, but it was nice to see this project hopefully come to fruition in the near term. The views are breathtaking, and this is going to be another gem once it's complete. I can't wait to see the end result. So thank you.
I could just echo my colleagues. The Metro Parks have been a tremendous partner with this board and the county in general. Good, and I'm going to say good stewards of the public dollar. Our Metro Parks are among the best in the state of Ohio, and you hear us talk about safety. Our Metro Parks are safe. The Metro Parks staff, the Metro Parks rangers are professional, competent, and they are courteous. They actually greet you with a smile, say hello. It's that warm welcoming. So when you talk about a county where you can live, work, and raise a family, our Metro Parks are key to that. And yes, there's a cost associated with that, but it's also an investment. So I thank you. Jason, thank you as well, sir.
Thank you.
All right, if there's nothing further, Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution authorizing the county administrator to execute an agreement for stop-loss insurance with Granular for the Lake County Government Self-Insured Medical Benefit Program effective January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023.
Move to approve.
Second?
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution authorizing the Lake County Administrator to amend the agreement for telemedicine services with First Stop Health LLC for the Lake County Government Self-Insured Medical Benefit Program effective January 1st, 2023.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
In the Finance Department, resolution approving payment of bills as listed on the Commissioner's Approval Journal in the amount of $5,014,787.31.
Move to approve.
Second?
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution approving purchase orders as listed on the Commissioner's Purchase Order Approval Journal in the amount of $2,965,498.64.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution increasing appropriations for various general and non-general fund accounts.
Move to approve.
Second?
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes.
Resolution transferring cash and appropriations within various general and non-general fund accounts.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? None being heard. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. All right, moving on to departmental reports. Utilities.
Thank you, Commissioner. A couple things. First, the Utilities Department is upgrading our billing system, and beginning on February 1st of next year, we'll temporarily suspend our account access and paperless billing online. What that means for people essentially is we've got about 4,000 customers who receive their bills via email as opposed to the normal mail. And we will mail those bills beginning February 1st through about June during this conversion. And it also means that we will not be able to see your account online, but you can still call our clerks and get any information on the status of the bill and any balances and that sort of thing. It will be a significant upgrade, so we're looking forward to that for next year. Secondly, we had our job hiring event on Tuesday. That was quite a success. Thank you, Commissioner Regovich, for coming out and visiting. We expected about 25 employees from or job applicants, and we received 59 interviews we had on Tuesday. So quite a bit of interest in that. We're very excited about that. We're reviewing them now. We really want to thank Ohio Means Jobs. They did a fantastic job. It's a great partnership, and these have been very successful, and we plan on doing them more in the future. So it was a great event, and really thank everybody that was involved.
So if anybody missed the event, they should just contact your office?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Very good. Thank
Mr.
you.
President.
Sir.
I like to say I did stop in unannounced and was offered a an application, but I didn't receive a job. But I was very impressed on the amount of people and how it was organized and accommodating, and there was organized chaos. There's the people coming in and out. In the short time I was there, I was very impressed, and the sheer number, because I know that's been an issue for how many years now in all departments. And we see it everywhere, so it's good to know that there's people ready to get back to work.
Well said. Thank you. Okay, Job and Family Services.
I would especially like to thank Commissioner Regovich this morning for being a good sport on Tuesday when he went to the hiring event and was promptly greeted by our Ohio Means Jobs staff and offered a job interview. So thank you very much, and thank you to the Utilities Department for partnering with Ohio Means Job on this event. We do appreciate the support.
Fantastic. That just struck an idea. You know what? We got to get more of our pictures out there. There, I was wondering how. There you go. Inside joke, folks. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. All right, County Administrator Jason.
Thank you. Just briefly, just want to give a couple updates on currently funded ARPA projects, notably the Classic Park project in the city of Eastlake. I've been attending those construction meetings every Tuesday. Happy to say the project is moving along on time, on budget. If you recall, that's a sensitive timeline due to opening day at the beginning of April and the requirements of the Major League Baseball and getting everything done in a timely manner. So kudos to the city, their contractor, I believe, is Infinity Construction, and the captains for moving that thing along in a very expeditious manner, and yet conforming to all of the procurement prevailing wage requirements that are set forth in ARPA. Update one, secondly, and I don't know if the sheriff has any added comments, but the range project out at the Lake County landfill facility is coming along quite nicely. Building is under roof, and work is continuing to progress for the next spring opening, and we'll begin the second component of that here shortly. Burgess and Nyepel is working on some specifications for the second building for that project, so it is also moving along. Thank you.
Very good. Anything for Jason? Thank you, sir. All right, moving on to Clerk. Madam Clerk.
Thank you. I wanted to mention that our commissioners meeting next week is going to be on Tuesday, December 20th at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. And Legal.
No report, Commissioners.
Thank you, sir. All right. Old business. Do we have any old business?
I have two items, Mr. President, very briefly. So I visited Mentor Municipal Court on Tuesday. Judge Trebitz and his team do tremendous work with his drug court and mental health courts. It was great to see, great to participate in, and talk to his staff, and I certainly appreciate his hospitality. And then yesterday I attended a ceremony at Tri-Point where University Hospital Lake Health honored Physician of the Year to Dr. Steve Baum. Great guy, longtime friend, so congratulations to Dr. Baum. And I did come along with an official certificate.
There you go.
And I do have pictures.
I didn't see the pictures.
Okay.
There you go. All right. Under old business, I do have the County Commissioners Association. I'll start with my colleague, Commissioner Tyler. You were recognized. Your time with us has been impressive and has not gone unnoticed at the County Commissioners Association. You have engaged. You have been incredibly productive. I know you're filling the unexpired term of Commissioner Ron Young, but you really dove in, and you have been incredibly productive, a tremendous resource. And sir, you were well recognized down there, and your efforts have been truly appreciated, not only here in Lake County, but on a state level. And I have to turn to my colleague, Commissioner Regovich. I got to say, your experience as a mayor and a councilman before that really was shining through. You dove in. I was really impressed with how we kind of carved up the different breakout sessions and seminars. There's no way you can be at all of them, but that divide and conquer and your engagement, your level of participation, you were showing a degree of seasoning and experience, and just generally, you were kind of like peanut butter. You were everywhere. That was the fact that you're like the tallest kind. You're really easy to pick out in a crowd helps too. But I got to tell you, you were hitting on all 8 cylinders down there, sir.
Well, I think I got a lot out of it, and it was good to meet a lot of the 31 new county commissioners that were elected. 21 of them were there, so they had a session for the new guys, and they tried to get you to join all these committees, but I refrained from that so I could focus here. But it was very good to see that is a group of people that come together and have meaningful and useful things to lobby the state. They have some major issues that we all face, and throughout the state of Ohio, we think we're unique. But some of the major ones, we're bringing back the local government fund, where we're trying to restore that, and it's a powerful lobby when you represent all 88 counties. Building of jails was big on the list, and there's a couple other key issues that they go after every year, and then these people put the time and effort together to get this stuff done and to lobby the state, and it was good to see that, and it's something I'll probably participate more in the future, but it was good, and I was happy to see Commissioner Tyler up there, because it's right before the memoriam of people who are no longer with us, so I just left.
I'm still here.
I was going to say, like, oh! But yes, I cannot overemphasize how proud I am to serve with both of you. It is an honor, gentlemen.
We did divide and conquer, so and so you got to see the portions that I didn't. So we brought all that information back with us, and I brought a lot back.
Indeed.
Sir, last thing, the WACA meeting. I don't know if you were going to talk about that.
Oh, good point. Well, do you want to throw that one out there?
Sure. I was on the WACA board while I served as the mayor. I was the mayor manager's appointment to NOACA, one of the 5 positions. So it was good to get back on that board. But this last meeting, there were 2 projects impacting Lake County. One was repaving a long stretch of I-90, and the second is the interchange at Jackson Street. My only regret is that didn't happen 20 years ago, but I'm glad to see that both projects are moving forward. So good news for Lake County.
Yes, and
Commissioner Hamercheck is our president of NOACA.
It helps, and as Commissioner Regovich pointed out, there are opportunities outside of this board where we can serve and also benefit the people of Lake County. And I have to say that repaving and bridge repairs, I believe it is $77.1 million added to the projects, not just something substituted, added. So that was a good day. That was last Friday. Yeah, that was a good day. I drove back from Columbus for that one. For $77.1 million, I'll drive back from Columbus to do that.
I was certainly engaged in those 2 resolutions.
Oh, yeah, he was pretty much hopping out of his seat on that one. That was motioning and seconding. Okay, if there's no other old business, any new business? Any new business? Okay, moving on to our second public comment. Anyone wishing to address the board? Anyone at all? Oh, Mr. Massey, welcome aboard, sir. Come on up. I never know how hard I can pull your leg at these moments. So. You're still smiling, so that's a good thing.
Well, I haven't said anything yet, so you may not be smiling after I tell you this.
Well, there's still time.
There's still time.
Yeah. Is the sheriff still here? I just want.
He is.
Well. Okay. Good. Brian Massey.
Right behind you, in fact.
Brian Massey, 8196 Rainbow Drive, lobbyist for citizens, average citizen. Been trying to do due diligence on the jail. We have agreed that we're going to spend perhaps $300 million, including interest, on the jail. There's been some discussions about a 0.5% sales tax.
Point of correction.
Yeah.
It's not $300 million. The price tag of that is between $150 and $170. Is that correct, Mr. Boyd?
If I may add that
I understand your point, But I'm saying that's the price tag.
Yes, but the taxpayers will ultimately spend $300 million.
That is still the price tag.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure that we have clarification on that.
But yeah, I just want to make sure it's presented clearly and correctly.
Yeah. And on the due diligence, I looked at, I think the sheriff, I'm going to get a tour of the jail today at 1 o'clock. And then I did send out some records requests to Kim Frazier, the Adams Board, and she responded very quickly, and I thank her for doing that. I'll address those statistics that she provided at the meetings that you'll have, the public meetings later in the month. The item that I wanted to mention today was the dollars. I'm seeing a bloated government with all these political subdivisions. I've sent records requests asking for financial statements of Metro Parks, Lakeland Community College, Adams Board. I know what the crime lab is because I've done that study, and also Lake Tran. When I add those all up, it's it's over $150 million in funds, and it's probably more. So I said to myself, well, how much of we have, what, $400 million invested, with the county government, but I'm just wondering how much of that money that the county government has invested is truly unencumbered. So if you had to write a check for the jail from the county, how much could you write the check for? So what I was thinking about is how many dollars do we have in this county government that are sitting on the books? And now we want to try to increase our sales tax. Well, I asked myself, well, where do we go? Where do the citizens go? Who's looking out for the citizens with these dollars? For example, I'll just take Lake Tran, for example. Ben Capel sent me their budget. They're looking at $41 million right now. In 2027, they're looking to accumulate like $57 million. I also found out from Mr. Capel that they had to change the way that they're doing business, the services that they're providing for the people in the community. They're no longer, this dial-a-ride has been changed to now, there's no such thing as essential trips. And when I think about it, they had the citizens of Lake County approve a sales tax levy when they first started. I think there was another one that came through. And I'm thinking, well, if they change the deal on the taxpayers with the dial-a-ride service, should they still collect that sales tax? Or should they go back to the taxpayers and say, well, we have to change for a variety of reasons, and we want you to revote a sales tax based on our new method of operation? Because they've changed the deal. And I'll tell them that next Monday when I go to their board meeting. Metro Parks does a great job. I think it's first class. Everything they do is first class. Mr. Balaji will tell you that I asked them to consider returning $10 million back to the taxpayer. We cannot continue to take money from Lake County taxpayers. And you all know that it is in the best interest of the community to have that money in the hands of the taxpayers so that they can be spending money in the community. The velocity of money will help everybody. I was thinking about going to the Budget Commission, because as I read the Ohio Revised Code, they're the only check and balance for the taxpayers to determine whether or not the collection of these taxes are appropriate. Without a Budget Commission, where do we go? Unfortunately, I don't have confidence in our Budget Commission. I've seen them in action twice. One when I was complaining about the $55 million that Deepwood sent her in. Also, I was complaining about the $7 million that the crime lab has been accumulating. And they knew they would be accumulating that because they passed a continuous levy, which I totally disagree with, because they didn't want to go back to the taxpayers except for every 15 years. I think it's 5 years. They've got to continue to justify their existence to the taxpayers. So if I don't have confidence in the Budget Commission, where do we go? Then I remember when I first started all of this, I remember talking to Mr. Zupancic. It may have been in 2008 when the economy was imploding. And I was trying to learn about, property taxes. I think he had I think I heard that there was an expanded audit. I don't know all the details about it. But I'm asking the commissioners, can you justify for the taxpayers how much surplus cash is floating around in this county? Be it in the county general fund or our various political subdivisions. The people have nowhere to go. So I'm asking the commissioners to look at whether it's the auditor himself that goes out and gets this extended audit or the commissioners do it. Honestly, don't know that. But justify for the taxpayers in Lake County the amount of cash that is accumulated by the various political subdivisions. Thank you very much.
If I may, though, while you're there, you talk about the total amount of monies in county control and government control. I have to emphasize that we are talking about separate political subdivisions and separate taxing authorities.
Understand.
We as a board do not have to.
I totally understand that, Commissioner. I really understand that. But again, what I'm finding out that there's a lack of understanding in the community about how all of this works together. Even property taxes, people don't understand that, and I'm trying to do my best to try to educate them. And I'm also trying to educate them on this particular subject, because it impacts all of us. And I've said it before, we're going to start seeing foreclosures as these property taxes and this double-digit inflation that we're all experiencing. Seniors are not going to be able to afford it.
And if I could just, Metro Parks, for example, I know you mentioned request for returning $10 million. I know when they went out for their additional levy, I believe, I don't want to speak for Metro Parks, but I'm going to say I believe they were looking at a 10-year plan. And they were very open about, we have a 10-year plan. We're not going to come back to you for 10 years, which means they're going to have to front load the collection of funds, budget that over time. So, I do respect when an agency tells you, hey, here's what we're going to do with your money. And they didn't change, the deal. You mentioned Lake Train, the dial-a-ride, they changed the deal. I know they're having challenges with drivers and other stuff. But speaking specifically, though, for Metro Parks, I think I'm adequately saying they came out with a plan. And then the auditor, I believe it was referred to as CAFR. That was the expanded.
CAFR?
CAFR.
CAFR? Okay, I'm sorry.
CAFR. They've since changed. I think it's ACFR now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was that Lake County did receive a number of awards in years prior.
That probably helped with a good rating. It probably helped the bond rating or something like that.
You are correct. It does. It does actually. But one of the limitations is there is a cost associated with it, and our bond rating is also based on the value of properties in the county. So there's that cost benefit. But I would say though that our current auditor, been making a number of efforts to try to be an award-winning team down there. So
I think Auditor again, I'll compliment Auditor Galloway. I think he's done a fine job, and he's been very, very responsive to helping us try to get the information out to the community. So I'm not slamming Auditor Galloway in any way, shape, or form.
You may be onto something. I got to give you that one. You may be onto something there.
Okay.
It's worth with everything going on. It might not be a bad idea to be looking into all options, and transparency and accountability, and peer review is always a good thing, and when the state auditor looks at something and gives you an attaboy and a nice certificate, maybe even in a frame, again, inside, that might not be a bad thing. So, no, I appreciate you bringing that to us, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. All right, is there anyone else wishing? Sir?
John Music, 45 Coventry Drive, Painesville Township. I just wanted to say, you know, I've been talking about seniors for many, many years. And I support the jail. We need a new jail. But the thing about it is, all I'm asking the commissioners to do is spend the taxpayer dollars wisely. I don't want any cuts in that. The sheriff and Captain Brooks know what they needed, and we got to give it to them, because I support law enforcement. Without law enforcement, we do not have a country. But the thing about it is, all I'm asking you is, you know, where I live, there's 19 condos. 11 of them have seniors. A couple of them have lost their cars. They couldn't afford to have a car anymore. So, and like Brian, that's it about Lake Train. It's hard to get a ride anymore. And the thing about it is, government is supposed to be limited in size and not bigger, because someone's got to pay it. And the seniors can no longer afford all this. And just like now, the financial people are saying, well, inflation should go down, but they're predicting a recession in the third quarter of next year. Who knows? But the thing about it is, all I do know is, last time I heard, it was like over 60% of the people are living paycheck to paycheck. And you imagine what the seniors are doing? They don't get much of a paycheck, and they don't get raises. So just think about that and be good stewards. And again, I support the jail, but I'm talking about all the other things that taxpayers have to have to spend. Even if you're a senior, I mean, I'd like to see them if they stop with the sexennial starting at the east end of the county now. I doubt very much that property taxes will go down. And then, you know, and I'm assuming we're still on for the sales tax meeting on Tuesday at 9, am I correct?
Yes, the schedule has been posted. We're here.
That's correct, at 9 o'clock. And like I said, I was there. I went to the sales tax meetings when we went from 6 1/4 up to 7 1/4. Remember, the county raised it, then the state did it, then I think it was Lake Tran put something on there. But the thing about it is, all I'm saying is, we've got to watch out, because the seniors are hurting. That's all I'm asking. You know, we talked about 1 out of 4 at the present. Now they're predicting 1 out of 3 in 2030. Think about that. 1 out of 3 people are seniors. So all I'm saying, be good stewards of the taxpayer dollars. I want the jail. Give the sheriff what he needs to do his job. And I'm saying the sheriff, I'm also talking the prosecutor and the judges, because it takes all 3 to enforce our laws. And the thing about it is, be good stewards. But think about the seniors and the other taxpayers, but especially the seniors, because they're on fixed incomes, and they'll be on fixed incomes probably for the rest of their lives. I mean, that's one thing if you live for 5 years after you retire. What happens if you live like I've been retired 15? Happens when I'm 25 years. That dollar 25 years ago doesn't buy what it does today. And I'm never going to get a raise. Never, ever. So I'm just thinking of saying, think about the seniors. And please don't forget them. Be good stewards of the taxpayer dollars. Some things, just like seniors, there's some things they would want, they just can't afford them. There's a lot of things people want, and it's very hard for seniors to even pay for their needs. So be good stewards of their taxpayer dollars. Thank you.
Mr. Music, thank you for your comments, and nice to see you back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
We hear you loud and clear, sir. Thank you. All right, if there's no one else wishing to address the board, we do have a request for executive session. The topics will be real estate, pending acquisition, and personnel collective bargaining. There will be no business to be conducted afterwards. May I have a motion to adjourn for reasons so stated?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Regovich.
Yes.
Commissioner Tyler.
Yes.
Commissioner Hammercheck.
Yes. Thank you for joining us today.